Tsume, and we are, to unpause the game here, playing some more KSP 2 today. We have more science to do, so let's head to R&D real fast and remind myself where we left off. Right, we were into Tech 2. Now, what did we need to actually accomplish? If we head over to Mission Control, they'll give me some missions. Duna Monument is our ultimate goal, but we have some secondaries to get more science, which will help. Escape Kerbin's gravitational sphere, that's pretty easy. Launch a vehicle with 4 wheels. Oh, we can knock that out real quick. 200 tons on Minmus. We'll have to look into that. What's this? Turbo stationary? Okay. Oh, and make a fuel station. Alright, well let's knock out the car. Because that's just a vehicle with 4 wheels. So, to the VAB. I don't really have any ultimate goals today, just kinda gonna do whatever the science update wants me to do. Nothing super fancy. Did we ever get jet engines? We did get a jet engine. Excellent. How about an air intake? Perfect. And then we need some wheels. It did not work as intended. Have any structural things I can work with? Beautiful. Now can I do this properly? Oh, those are super crooked. There we go. Car. If for some reason we ever need a car again. I think the wheels are technically backwards, but I'm not sure if I care. Here we go, for our first ever jet-powered car. Is that enough for the thing? Where's the, research? Where's missions? Here we are. I launched a vehicle with 4 wheels. Oops. Revert to launch. Does this not count because they're not technically wheels? Do landing gear not count? I think possibly landing gear don't count. Okay. Recover it. Back to the KSC. Let's see. R&D. Do we need actual wheels? Is that the problem? Where are actual wheels? In Rovers. Yeah, we can afford 400. We're gonna need it anyways. And then we'll head on over to the VAB. Oh, that's revert. Wrong button. We want this done in real time. Alright, and then load car. And then we're going to rip off landing gear and put on these new wheels we just got. Actually, let's take these off too. Seems a little low. Do I have a better fuselage? What do we have? What do we have to work with? I don't have the airplane one, shaped ones yet, do I? Don't think so. I do, however, have this. If I turn this to single and do that, and then we can move this so that it's centered. Beautiful. And then come in here to round stuff. Make that mirrored again. Perfect. Do the same thing over here. Car. Launch. 4 wheels. Whoa, framey. Okay, well, that was framey as all get out. I don't know why. Wait, 50 science for spending 400? That's a little annoying. Oh. Cappy Rock. Interesting. So that's here on Kerbin. We're gonna untrack these for now. Let's try to get on track. Let's go for our escape Kerbin. It just wants me to get a vessel past it, right? Which means we can use a probe. We may be reaching a restart of the game point, but let's head over to the VAB. The goal here is to try to use everything we can that we already have to get as much science as possible. So let's grab a decently sized probe, because we need to break the sphere of influence. Communications, let's get this one. Like so. You are going to need batteries. Oh yeah, we never did get the bigger batteries, did we? Good thing that there's no money costs in this game, so I can do silly things like this. Batteries. Just use one of... Actually, we'll just use one of these. And then engine, I want... Seems like a little much. It'll be fine. What's Delta V on this thing? 2,000. And just for a... You know, that's fine. Yeah, it's only 900 to leave from orbit. And then we need some more... We need some solar panels. Beautiful. Should be plenty of power. This thing will last forever, especially once we get it where we're going, because nothing's ever going to block its solar panels ever again. And now we just need to get it to orbit. So we're just gonna build a standard launch stack. Actually, before that thing... Oh, no, it goes on this side, yeah. And then we need a... We can unlock fairings, right? It's not in structures, is it aerodynamics? No? Where did they hide fairings? Utility? No. Oh, we should strap one of these in, too. There we go. Science! Might as well get it while we're out there. Where are fairings? I could have sworn we had fairings last time we played this. You're there. Perfect. We will figure out when that releases later, but that is our payload. In a very RPG-styled fairing, but hey, that means it'll work because that is a proven shape. Now I need to get to space. It's a launcher. Here we go. Proper sustainer. Don't know when this is gonna fire yet, so that's what, 3,000-ish we have there. We need how much? We need 3,000 to get up there. Should have more than enough to do this if I just build a hefty launch stage. And then fuel tanks, I want... Actually, we're gonna do a smarter way to do this to make sure I have enough oomph to get off the ground. Where is my structural? A small splitter. And then the big boy engines. 2,000 there, but we need that to be in atmosphere at 0. And this needs to be Atmos at like 50. Just to be on the safe side. That should be enough. I hope. Let's get some more structural supports on this thing. Because we did add an interesting shape to it. One thing I didn't look at is thrust to weight. Oh yeah, we're good. We're above 0, so we're off the ground, and then we're big numbers the rest of the way. Aerodynamics, I would like to add some stabilizers to this. That is crooked. There we go. Our very fancy lawn dart is done. And then the fairing, I want that to release. Honestly, we'll do it when this pops. That'll be the safe time. So we launch. When this runs out, it detaches, upper stage fires. That should get us to orbit. We're not even gonna point, we're just gonna go when it comes to orbit. Although we should probably do this at sunset, right? Because if it's sunset, then we'll be boosting away while we're away from the sun, so we'll be speeding up relative to the sun. Yeah. Although, I guess it doesn't matter, because if we slow down, it would function just the same. We would go inside Kerbin's orbit. We'd go faster than Kerbin relative to the sun orbit, even though we're technically slowing down when we're leaving Kerbin. Yeah, that's weird. We're not going to worry about the science on it. We're just going to go. Launchpad 1. Let's see if the game lags. How we doing on frames? Okay, we seem okay. Hello, Fresh. Let me know if, I'm lagging out on stream. Either me or the game, too bad. I can restart things. Okay, we're actually gonna save. And... go! And we have liftoff. Oh, it is a bit framey. I hope that cleans up as we get off the ground. Come on, game. So framey. Does not seem to be getting better either. Yeah, this is bad. Alright, hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a quick restart of it. It's not so much the PC, it's the game. The game has a memory issue. After a couple of launches, it just kind of explodes. And the only way to recover it is to restart it. Which is why I save often. Like, it's in a lot better space than it used to be. The game is a lot better than it was originally. It's just, it has some rough patches. like a bit of a memory leak. Especially when I'm constantly resetting missions, testing things, it has a higher probability of having issues. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? Look at that, so much smoother. It's like a whole different game all of a sudden. Why are we... Oh, did we launch bad? Hold on, bad launch. Oh no, I saved after I didn't... Oh, I can't revert. Okay, well, only one solution. It's gonna be a weird orbit. Let's just see where this ends up, shall we? There was a bit of a wobble in our launch. We are not stable at all. This is a terrible launch. Come on. Up. This may also just be a bad rocket design. Yeah, I think it's just bad rocket design. Well, it's the first time in a while I didn't overbuild something, so there's that at least. Yeah, that did not work out well. Can you point in the right direction? Just trying to escape Kerbin. Alright, well, let's see where we ended up. And see how much we need to adjust things. Oh, that's terrible. Not even close. And the worst part is it's gonna come back down. Okay, well, that one's a dud. To the assembly building. Okay. Well, our problem was stability prior to this point. So we're just gonna build something much more powerful to ensure that this thing works. I want a small to medium adapter. Oh, that's actually probably better than the flat one. Better aerodynamics. Oops. And then we've got the nice mainsail to push us. Yeah, that should be enough Delta V all on its own to get us where we're going. And now it just needs some fins for stability. And we know this design works because I've used it before. And we're off again. This time with a much better and beefier rocket. Start our turn. Get us over to about a 45. Just right here. Even more. Really start picking up some lateral orbital speeds. Hard turn it as we enter space. just let atmosphere fall away from us. And we've done it. Let's just see how far we can go with this. Because we can get some crazy Oberth effects burning from this location. And just like that, we are on our way. It's gonna be a really odd orbit. Yeah, put us in a nice elliptical orbit. So we come out to Kerbin on a regular, and then dip down closer to the sun. Fast forward to watch the planet fall away. Weren't we lined up to fly over the moon? Yeah, there goes the moon. Also falling away. And there we are. We are in orbit of the sun. Which means I want to point this way, I think. Yeah, that'll do. That's fine. Anyways, do some science, because we are now out here. Transmit back what we got. There we go, extra bonus 100 science, and we completed the objective. So this will just kind of stay out here as a communications probe, doing its thing. To mission control. Yeah, it's kind of like my thing, is I tend to overbuild rockets. I was trying to be cheap with one, and it didn't work out, so we just went back to making a really crazy one. Only 150 science for all that. Okay, well. Minmus wants a 200-ton vessel landed on it. This wants me to go to Duna. I'm trying to get as much R&D done as I can. I'm just trying to unlock the rest of Tier 2 before we attempt that. Because this stuff is so expensive. Xenon propulsion, nuclear propulsion. This is for the really, really deep stuff. This is what we're gonna need, but... Do they want a Kerbin on... Do they want a Kerbal on the thing, or do they just want us to get to Duna? What's it say? Just find the source of the mysterious signal. That's gonna be an endeavor. They want a big fuel tank in space. They want me to find a thing. Could probably do that with an airplane. How much would it cost to buy airplane parts? Mark II jets. It's 300. High altitude stuff is another 400. Really expensive, actually. And we know we need this stuff for sure to get out there. Is that a big parachute? Yeah, that's the big parachute. We need that too. We need all of this stuff, really. Let's buy Mark II jet pieces. Do I get high altitude to go with it? I kind of do for just this stuff in general. Yeah, let's get high altitude. I think that should be enough for us. Oh, this has the cargo bays. Let's see what I can build with that. Let's head over to Mission Control. And we're gonna track this so I can find it when we get there, and then head to the VAB. Okay. What do I have to work with? I do have the Phoenix cockpit. I also have the Osprey, so we can use either if we need it. We don't need mixed, we just need standard fuel. Because we're gonna do this with air-breathing engines. I would like to bring a science thing. I bring a small one. Unfortunately, this is circular. I wish there was a one this shape. Although I guess I could hide that in a cargo bay if I bought the cargo bays. What else do we have? We're in the VAB. I want the R&D. This has the... Yeah, I think this is going to be needed. Yep, we're getting it. We're getting it now. Back to the VAB. I need it for my designs to work. No oxidizer, just methane. I just need it for your shape. Wish they had one of these in this section. Might be a little long. Well, here, we're gonna do this. Anyways, we need, the payload. Open the cargo bay for me. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put the science pod in there, along with some extra batteries. Although those are still tiny. Oh, they want me to take a lander can there, don't they? Mission Control, what do you want me to get there with again? With a lander can and crew observation. Okay. Well, we have airplanes I can build now. Just go away for now. Let's take the small one. Just because it'll be easier to get there. Could I make this into an airplane? Could I make this work in an airplane? I have a thought. If I do that, and open it. Can you close around that, or are you too big? Okay, it doesn't quite work perfectly. But I have a plan nonetheless. Put that over there for now. Okay, small payload. Open you, because you're gonna hold my science. Beautiful. Changes how we're gonna do some things, but should be fine. Then I want a separator. And then which way is up on you? Loads of parachutes. And then that should just slowly descend to the surface while we plane away. That makes sense, right? And then I just need to build our wings. Okay, engines. 2 of you guys. Intakes. Who's got better intake? 0.25, 0.01 are better. And if I understand this correctly, I can stack them. So load the air intake. And then we just need wings. Oh, I'm in the right thing, dummy. Like so. Angle to about there. And we want the angle at like perfect. Narrow the tip. Change the span just a tad. Perfect. Good, and then we want the control surfaces. We want that to be the whole thing. We want them to be slightly shallower. And move them out. Okay, and then we need some... Oh, that's perfectly balanced. Then we get 2 vertical stabilizers. Like so. And then we just need some landing gear. Which is in ground. There they are. It's too far back. It's not going to pivot. Just behind the center of mass, so the vehicle doesn't rotate, but close enough to the center of mass that it does actually rotate when we need it to. Okay, and we are going to call this one Super Risky Thing. Alright, so Val's gonna fly with Jeb, and we'll put Bob get in the can. Bob's gonna go do science, and our crazy pilots are gonna pilot. Yeah, it is kind of Blackbird inspired. I like this design. It's very efficient. We're just gonna call it the Risky. This is a very dumb idea. I don't even know if we're gonna have enough fuel. I don't even know if we're gonna have enough thrust to make this work. No, our thrust to weight is kind of bad. But it's an airplane, so that should be okay because aerodynamics. But hey, we're here to do science. We're saving the game. Before we launch this time. So I can actually revert it if I have to reload. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to reload the whole game. One moment while I reload everything. Oh. It gets so bad. Oh, I loaded the autosave and not the proper save. Oops. I told it not to save, though. Oh, but it saved when I hit go to the runway. That's right. Saves when you go to runways. I'm trying to fix things on my other screen here. Alright, there we go. Let's try this again. Everybody's in their spots. Everybody's in their spots. Okay, brakes are on. I have no idea if this is going to work as intended. I also don't know where we're going. Way over there. Oh, wow, that is a distance, and it's nighttime. Okay, new plan. We're gonna wait for both our location and our destination to be in the daytime. Oh, I clicked training center. I'm like, where am I? I want a tracking station. Woo, that was too fast. Where's our destination gone? There it is. That's almost down at the South Pole. Good enough for me? Load them up. Save the game. And let's see if this works. I have the ability to revert if necessary. And our destination is also in the sun. Well, we gotta climb out of this lower atmosphere. These pitiful engines do not have the thrust. It's gonna be a rough flight trying to do it this way. Worst part is we're not high enough up to risk opening the map yet. We are kind of on course. If I just kind of hold this should get us at least generally there. Come on, climb. Alright, I think we finally reached a stable cruise. We're both accelerating and climbing. That's exactly what we wanted. above the clouds, which is good. I don't even know if this is gonna work. We may have to completely revert this whole journey and try a different method. Like, this is 100% an experimental attempt. I have no idea if deploying this will work as intended or not. Are we even on course for our destination? More or less. We might need to make some adjustments when we get over there, but we're more or less on course. We'll just keep holding for now. The idea is we fly over it, we get above it, and then we deploy the parachute capsule to land on it. This is probably a stupid idea, and it was probably better to just build a Kerbin-capable lander and just fly over there with a rocket, but we're gonna try this method. In fact, we might just try to land. That might be our thing. Maybe we just land there. And we don't use the parachutes at all. Oh, come on, we were stable. I just want to get needle on the line. Let's gain some more speed, maybe. Will that help? I don't know why, but all my planes kind of rotate slightly to the left over time. Alright. Seems stable again. Not flying as high as I would like, but we are cruising. And we have loads of fuel to work with. I'm afraid to touch any of the speed up buttons. And that's why. Can we just build a lander? This might be smarter. This is a very long journey with this plane. I'm kind of hoping using fuel would have sped us up, but it's not. We're going through fuel very slowly, so it is helping, but not as much as I would have liked. You gotta imagine this from Bob's perspective, sitting in the can, facing down. Because we pointed him down. I didn't even realize. He's just looking at the ocean. We're still a little off on our trajectory, but it's closer. Oh, we're starting to slow down. There we go. More speed. Speed is key here. The faster we go, the easier it is to maintain flight. This could just be our cruising speed and altitude, unfortunately, that we've now reached, at least until we lose more weight. Come on, let's go to faster speeds. I was worried about fuel, so I brought a lot. We might have overpacked on the fuel. $142. Come on, we can get higher. We have not made a lot of progress in the time we've spent doing this. How long is our mission time? It has been 15 minutes. Yeah, we are not making this anytime soon. Okay, new plan. This is just gonna take too much real time. Revert. The plane works, but the plane is too slow. We're not doing this. We do not have the jet engines required for this. So we need a lander can. Obviously, Val's gonna... You know what? No, this is terrestrial stuff. Bob's going. Jeb and Val do the space stuff. Bob's our planet side guy. Science thingy. Couple of parachutes. You know, so we can actually land. And then I want a decoupler. Yeah, time acceleration and engines don't, like, I tried it and it immediately pitched the nose down hard. So it's just one of those, like, it can work sometimes, but it's not consistent enough to risk. And it's gonna take too long, even at 3 times acceleration. That is an absurd amount of time. Oh, I forgot fuel, dummy. That goes up there. That goes on that. That goes there. Because we're just going to land the can on the ground. But I need to test a thing. So we're just going to do one of these. Temporarily. Extend the legs. Good enough. Is it 2 Ps? Who cares? Save it, because I will need to come back to it. And go to Launchpad. I need to make sure this flies. That is not enough thrust weight. Okay. Confirm revert. Not enough thrust weight for that on Kerbin. That was the first test. That engine, not good enough. Which means we're stuck using one of these. That's too damn big. It's just so long. There, not gonna reach. Okay. Do I have any better landing gear? No, those were the big ones. Okay. Experiment 2, go. Alright, seems to work as intended. Slow enough descent. That rocket is enough to direct this thing when we get over there. Now we just need to give it enough push to get it in that over there, which I think is going to be really easy. I'll be honest. I think we can do that. So this is going to be our stabilizer. In fact, can I see? Wish it would show me thrust to weight without having this open. So that, oh, 4. Okay, yeah, come here. You need more gas. How's that? 2.7. Yeah, more than enough. Now let's build something to launch it over there at absurd speeds. Another stacked coupler. And then we're just gonna strap a... Oh my god, that's huge. You know, maybe we, cut this one down to maybe, one of these. There we go. Actually, no. We are going to separate these for the parachutes to make sure that they activate properly. I should add 4 stabilizers for sure. I was thinking, do I do something else? But yeah, that should be enough to get us there. And if not, we'll find out. Yep, we're taking Bob. Alright, Bob, time for you to actually earn your keep around here. Save this thing. The real problem is I don't exactly have perfect aim on this, but... That's north. I don't want to go north. I want to go south. Alright, first, let's get east. Then we'll pull it south. Oh, this does not want to turn at all. Okay. Back to the VAB. Needs more stability. Oh, there's probably not enough gimbal on the launch, is there? That's probably our problem. There's not enough gimbal on that engine. Okay. Stabilizers are not going to be enough because there's not enough gimbal pitch for what we're trying to do. But if I give it 4 wings. Where is center of mass? How do we want to do this? I think they're upside down. Oh, it's hard to tell which way anything is. Because, like, this is how we face it. Is that right? Only one way to find out, I guess, is to just start trying things. We need a stabilizer on here. Or this will go very poorly. And then I need to save again. And launch. And we'll see if this works. Oh, the controls are backwards. I have the wings upside down. Relative to the pod. That did not work. Okay. New plan. Rocket plane, not working. Okay. How to do this? This is actually harder than I thought it would be because it's just not being cooperative. Do we just go ham? Do I just build my standard? Slap a mainsail on it. Just keep saving before I hit the button, just in case it explodes again. this thing goes. Perfect. And now we'll ditch the crazy stage. And we can do a maneuver to dial this in. Shoot out maybe there. Should be close enough. We can adjust from there. Trying to anticipate where it'll be by the time we get down there. Okay, we'll just dial this in. Probably gonna be nighttime by the time we get there. ways from it. Oh, well. Or that'll happen. Okay. Not quite. Okay, what did we learn? One, we didn't put enough fuel in this stage. And two, this needs a heat shield. Beautiful. Now with heat shield. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, I forgot to save ahead of time. Oh well. Try to go a little slower as well. Maybe save some of this big stage. Oh. The lander exploded. Too steep of a turn. Or too shallow of a turn. There we go. And now we're nice and out of the atmosphere, so I don't have to deal with heating effects on my very fragile capsule. Okay, and then we need to point this way to turn it into the proper alignment. That should be pretty on point. Now let's speed this thing up. What is that going around? Oh, the comms probe I put up forever ago. Okay, now point retro as we make our way in. Okay, point retro again. And we'll simply burn off the rest once we hit atmosphere. Close enough. At the very least, it won't be a crazy long walk. I say that, maybe it will be. Oh, we should have shot farther. It's not an autosave earlier, is there? There is. Oh, I'm an idiot. I meant to save where we were, but oh well. Too late now, already hit the button. Alright. Where am I in the burn? Oh, we're slowing down. Let's try that. See if that gets us a little bit closer. No, not quite. Try it again. Speed back up a little bit, because we are not coming in quite the way we want to. Alright, let's just see how far of a walk this is, and maybe I'll go back another save and try to adjust it a little better. Yeah, that's gonna be like a 20-kilometer walk. That is far too far. First of all, where are we? Yeah, we don't want to do that. We slowed down too much was our problem. Alright, there we go. See if this is a little better. Still not enough. Okay. How far back is this? Let's try this one more time. I have an idea. No, not normal. I meant radial. First of all, do this to about there, then radial out. We don't need to go faster, we need to come in shallower. So we slow down slower. That's much better. It's still going to be a long walk, but it's a much shorter walk. Yeah, at least it's rendered in from this distance. It's still going to be a hike, but we can get there. And we're safely on the ground again. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough to do much of anything. But we landed in the desert, so that's cool. Alright, buddy. How long is this gonna take? This is gonna take a minute. Even at 3 times acceleration. Well, this is why I wanted a plane. Can I recover him by himself? I can. Fantastic. I wish I could just set him to walk automatically and go, like, work on something else, but here we are. If they didn't want that stupid capsule, this would have been a lot easier. This is gonna take a minute. Bob's gonna come back. I hate sand. I'm just hoping the sun doesn't go down while we're walking there. This time does move faster for the Kerbins than it does for us. Poor little Kerbal. Yeah, we'll recover that later. Although that is labeled as debris, so that gives me the indication that I probably have to go pick it back up. Which is going to be awful. You know what? Hold on. Save. Save where we are. If I go to tracking, can I grab the pod and recover it? Yes, and I got the science. Oh, can I not get back to Jeb? Or back to Bob? Oh, there's Bob. Control. Okay, so now the pod is dealt with. And we got the science from it. Now we just need to get Bob over to the rock, take his surface sample, and recover him. So. Goodbye, daytime. I was worried about that. gonna be dark by the time we get there. Well, nothing we can do about it except walk. I guess we could stop moving and fast forward time to make the sun come back. Can I get him up to faster time warp if I'm not moving? I can. Okay. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. Alright, yeah, it's time to camp out for the night. That was faster than anticipated, but okay. It's daytime again. And now we just walk. A very, very long walk. A very unexciting walk, too. You don't even get music when you're walking? But you'd at least get some music. Take this opportunity to respond to some messages. Yeah, I do all that, and I come back, and we're still nowhere near our destination. Long walk through the desert. I need something heavy to weigh down the W key. Science. Come on. I'm not even halfway there yet. I mean, at least I was able to get the science out of the pod, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Our science is acquired from the samples, from landing in the desert. We have the crew report stuff, which that's on Bob. He'll report that in when he recovers after he makes it to the rock. How are they getting him back? No idea. Considering we had to build a rocket to get here in the first place, I have no idea how they plan to recover him. But, you know. Magic video game logic. Feel like I'm out here. I'm gonna stumble across a Stargate and solve all my interplanetary issues. Yeah, it's not that it's hard or there's a lot of work. It's just it takes that long for things to happen. This is what we're doing. We're doing science. Walking in a straight line for 2 kilometers. Well, it was 3.5 kilometers when we started. We're down to 2 kilometers. I'm looking forward to when this game adds interstellar stuff. That's gonna be crazy. I don't know if they're gonna do conventional interstellar, like, we're going between stars, but we're using chemicals and xenon and, you know, conventional, more realistic things, or if they're actually gonna give us a warp drive of some kind. Like, are we actually going to get warp rings at the very end of the tech tree and just be able to get into orbit, point at a star, and then, boom, you're at that star, correct your orbit? And how would that affect time dilation and things like that? Because you're moving faster than light at that point. I don't know. They might just do conventional, which is fine. Like, just do sleeper ships and whatnot. And send stuff between the systems. Which would be perfectly fine, because you could set those rockets up, get them on the proper trajectory, and then swap to another rocket to work on while that one's flying. Like, you could do multiple simultaneous missions. The only reason we don't do missions so far right now is because I just don't have the time with them flying. Like, there's not enough until we're going for, like, Joel. When we're going for Joel, then I will have enough time in the flight to start thinking about doing things like building another entire rocket for a completely different mission, or doing an entire other mission here on Kerbin while I wait for that craft to journey, because it'll be in like real time, years till they get there kind of travel. So that's when, like, if they do interstellar stuff, like, you could set off a sleeper ship into the direction it's going, or you set off like infrastructure ships ahead of time. Like, send off three ships that carry stuff for base supplies, and those are en route. Then you launch the sleeper ship, and then you just do stuff in the Kerbal system, because you have literal years of those craft traveling before they'll ever reach their destination. That you can do a whole bunch of stuff here, set things up, and then, oh, hey, one of those craft is about to make it there. Then you go over and start collecting them and putting them in position. Maybe spread them out over time so that you have lots of time to maneuver them when you get them where they're going. That'll also help when they get things like the multiplayer, so you can control more than one craft at a time. That'll be a nice little addition, to be able to have multiple spacecraft doing things simultaneously. Make things like docking maneuvers a lot easier as well, when both crafts can be independently controlled by 2 real people to maneuver them into position to redock. The Apollo-style missions become easier because you're controlling each portion independently as opposed to one person having to swap between them. You just leave somebody in space while one runs down to the moon to do stuff. I hope they had more than just co-op. I hope it's like 4 to like 7 people kind of thing. I'd love to have like a KSP thing with like different launch sites than just the KSP itself. Different like agencies running simultaneously, all doing space stuff at the same time, working together and stuff. Teams working together. Maybe have like a cap of like 12 people. Set up all sorts of shenanigans with like KSP tournaments, like not really tournaments, but like challenge things where you get a team of 2 and you get a couple of them all on. We're all on Kerbin in the same space, like we're all existing at the same time, and we're launching rockets and everything's done in real time. And the goal is like go to the moon in real time. You have 2 teams. It has to be an Apollo-style rocket. It has to do this much science. You need to land in a crater. And then, or maybe it's like, you need to land in a crater. It needs to be an Apollo-style mission. And you get points for the least number of parts, least amount of fuel, and most science recovered, or something like that. So that it's just like, how, you know, min-maxing your rocket, making it as few parts and fuel as possible, making it as efficient as possible while gaining the most science out of it. Because you can already cheat mode and give yourself all the science just by going into the config file. So you can have infinite spendable science. And then, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you can still gain it by going to places. Because those places still have the science in them, you just had currency to spend. So then it becomes a challenge of building rockets, or build a build a rocket to do some crazy mission, like build a rocket that can go to Mars and return with all the passengers, kind of thing, which in this case would be Duna for Kerbin, to like experimental designs, and then they're all in one game together, so that they're all flying together and you can see who got there first, kind of thing. Like, it becomes an actual space race. That could be cool. Like, real-time actual space race. You have to get to a particular spot on Duna, put down your flag, and return. That could be a cool little challenge, especially with everybody coexisting in one save file. They're all doing stuff together, where like you can see the other spacecraft take off in real time. You can see them in orbit already while you're barely on the launch pad. Or if they screw up and crash or something, because it's all going to be in real time, unless everybody is in unless everybody is in interplanetary transit. Time warp can't be used, and then it can only be used until the first person gets to Duna's sphere of influence, at which point it has to go back to real time, so that, you know, nobody feels cheated. But they've not talked about exactly how they're gonna do multiplayer and syncing things, so who knows? I could also see them doing something like, it's always set in real time, but you can set up like a dedicated server for it, so that you can set your missions up and you know you have to come back in X amount of hours to continue your mission. That'd be another thing to have like a team of people for. Bob, I think it's getting about that time we fast forward to daylight again. Yeah, the memory issues, I mean, we're still in early access. Yeah, it's time for Bob to do a bit of a time warp. The memory issues are a problem, but they will get fixed. Like, it's on their radar is a problem. They know it's happening. Good enough for me. So yeah, the memory issues will get fixed. It's on the priorities. Like, as much as they want to add content, playability is the most immediate concern on the dev team. I just hope we get another update soon, because the science update took way longer than it should have. The game had released into early access in a state that was not even fit for early access. It was basically unplayable when it came out originally, and it took very long for us to get the first update that actually gave us what we have now. Now, once we got what we have, like, this is really good. There's a lot to do. Like, I've put a probe outside of the sphere of influence of Kerbin, but that's all I've done so far. Like, I think I've streamed like 4 times since the science update of this game, and I've done so much as make 1 probe leave Kerbin. Like, we're still in Kerbin after a lot of hours of play. Like, there's a lot to do now, and there is progression. Like, there's a reason to do it and unlock it and see what you can and can't do and experiment with ideas and the lower grade tech. It's not just, well, here's the sandbox, just take the best parts that are already pre-upgraded and done. Like, I actually have to use what's available to me. Which is nice. Like, there's actually a challenge. There's stuff to do. I just wish I was better at targeting specific spots on a planet like this. Now, granted, when we go to planets with atmosphere other than Kerbin here, we're going to have actual rovers to work with. I won't have shown up with just a cab and no real rover idea. How long have we been out here? Mission time of 44 days? That does not seem right. It cannot have been 45 days of mission time. I think that's wrong. Whatever. Who cares? Is that total mission time? And not current mission time? That might be what it is. On the upside, we're finally getting to this stupid rock. All of this just to come see this rock. Out in the middle of the desert. Such a long walk that we had to do. Like, some people have been complaining about, like, the graphical glitches like this. Honestly, I'm fine with this. This can be like this in early access until we hit 1.0 as far as I'm concerned. Like, playability is the #1 thing, and then adding content. Playability, content, dumb things like this. And playability is like major bugs, memory leaks, frame rate issues, optimization, like making the damn game run is the highest priority. And then adding stuff like the science update where we got a ton of stuff to do. Yes, the rock is indeed made out of rock. Oh, we finally made it. I have good news, Bob. You can finally stop walking. He's taking his crew report. And now he does a little dance. Well, good job, Bob. It's time to go home. Actually, can we plant a flag out here? Stupid rock. Made it. Stupid rock. Let's go home. Okay, that did not pay as much science as I had hoped. Oh, that was 400 actually. That was kind of worth doing. Yeah, science. Oh, now they want to go to another one. Another lander can. And you have to launch it with a lander can and then perform a crew observation. I hate this part. That's what's hurting me. We're not doing another one of those today, I don't think. I want to see where it is, though. We're gonna track it just so I can find it. Oh, it's way down here. Okay. So that's another long journey that I'd have to then try to hit a point. Ugh. Not today. Mission Control, what else do you got for me? What do you want me to do? How about we do... Kerbal Stationary? That's 300. It's only 35 to put a docking port and a fuel tank in space. And just put it in orbit. An X200 by 64. Do I have an X244? Methalox fuel tank. Hold on. Do I have one of those? Yeah, that's this thing. Put this in orbit with a docking port. That's literally the entire mission. Put that in orbit. That's my payload. Okay. We're just gonna call it gas, and we're just gonna put it up there. We're gonna need a lot of thrust to put that up there. I'm gonna put it on a probe too. No Kerbals need to be involved with this. Alright, and then we're gonna need... Gonna need some battery packs. Beautiful. That goes on there. Oh, you know what else we need? Where is... Let's command control. I want reaction wheels. There we are, stabilizers. Reaction wheel. We need an engine. There's a lot of mass, so we probably want to bring the skipper. This is meant, yes, this is meant for vacuum, so we'll keep that at vacuum. Thrust to weight's a little low, but vacuum, so it doesn't really matter. Now what we really need is a thing that gets us up to orbit. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a... I have a medium to 2 smalls, but it's the wrong thing. I don't think I have a 2 medium stack support piece, even in structures. Oh, no, I do. No, it's small to medium. Damn. I don't have a medium split, do I? Yes, these are the smalls that are actuals. I need this, but I need it to be not 2 small ones at the bottom. Well, we will just have to make do with a big boost section. So we'll get our mainsail out. You need to operate in atmosphere at 0. You can go in there. It's almost enough thrust to weight by itself, and it will be once we use some other stuff. So first we need to add radial decoupler. Right about there. We need engines of the booster variety. Like so. We're then going to move this whole thing down until it's lined up properly. Perfect. Then structure, we need support clamps so this thing doesn't wobble wildly. Beautiful. That should be nice and stable now. Now we need some aerodynamics on this because that is not good. Beautiful. Now for some stabilizer fins. Ooh, those are a lot bigger than I... Oh, did I put wings on by accident? I did. Whoops. I was wondering why those were so massive. There we go. Actually, you know what? We want the medium ones. Stabilizer fins for this glorified flying brick. Yeah, it is not aerodynamic at all. Do I have a radial decoupler? Or radial docking port? Where did I even find the docking port? Oh, I can do this. Yeah, do that instead. Get rid of that. That's much better. And then we can put a aerodynamic piece on the nose. I don't have a medium one. Okay, structure. Where's structure? Why am I blind? There it is. Okay. And then I need this piece. How do I tell this not to do crossfeed? Is it this? Okay, yeah, no crossfeed. Fantastic. So this will just be fuel at the top. That's a Kerbin at 0, 1.29. Then we lose the boosters. And we still maintain our thrust to weight by dropping the boosters. Then we lose some when we're in the upper bit, but that's fine, because we're just trying to get to orbit. That's all we care about right now. And this is actually Atmos at about, probably be about 30 kilometers up by the time I run out. Yeah, we should be fine. And then we have the upper stage to push it into a perfect orbit if we don't hit it on the first go. Okay. I'm gonna save in case the game breaks. Alright. I should have probably waited for daytime. Oh well, nighttime launch. And we're off. Boosters are done. This may not be enough to actually get this thing up here. Even be enough to get us up here? That is now the question. We might need more oomph. Probably gonna need more oomph. I don't think we're making it. That's not making it. Not gonna be enough. see if it'll explode. Or if it's just gonna come back down and never make it. Well, didn't make it. We'll just let that crash. It's fine. Why can't I not go to the vehicle assembly building? Yeah, leave. I know it's going to crash. I don't care. Okay, that was not enough. Time for a bit of a different design. Our standard profile is just not going to be enough thrust to get what we need where we need it to go. So, we're going to rebuild in a different way. No, it's not going to be enough. And then we need a medium to small, and then an aerodynamic cap. These are our new boosters. Then have them hold on to each other. They shouldn't have any wobble relative to the craft because they're anchored center mass. Yeah, the solution is yet more boosters. Call it 15. I keep overshooting. Yeah, and that should be enough thrust to weight to keep it going with the main one. Do I give them more fuel? I think we try it the way it is. Can't go to the tracking station for some reason. It's fine, we'll go to mission control to get there. I don't know why the tracking station and the VAB are not cooperating today, but they're not. Perfect. VAB. Save again in case the game bugs out. Oh, I didn't add stabilizer fins. Well, we'll find out if they're necessary. Gravity turn. More than enough. Really start to gain some lateral speed here. Now that we're kind of out of the actual hard atmosphere. I mean, there is a theory behind having the engines blow themselves up. Is this not going to be enough? Do I need to add more fuel to the booster stage? Okay, we seem okay. It's not perfect, but we are at 100 plus APO, so we are good to cruise for a moment. Just lift. We're well outside atmosphere now. Good enough. Okay, and then we go ahead and deploy the solars. Make sure we have enough power for this. Dump that. Turn retro. And just hard burn. There's technically a fuel tank in space now. I guess I wasn't tracking it. Whatever. Or it auto-completed. And that's why it's gone. Can we get all speed killed up here? That'd be funny. Alright, time to dive the planet. We are moving straight down. I'm surprised those solar panels did not rip off. Solar panels are doing work. Okay. Yes. Making my own meteor real quick. And just a nice, gentle 130 meters per second splashdown. Beautiful. To the KSC. That's how we keep them from being space debris. I'll take my 35 for doing nothing. Alright. Carbo stationary. That is what we're gonna do now. So I want to head to the R&D center because there is one thing I would love to afford for this, and that would be this. I don't think we can get there though. Fuel lines would be nice though. Oh, yeah, we're getting fuel lines. We're gonna need that later. We're gonna need this nonsense, too, at some point. For our crazier projects. Is that a small... Oh, atmospheric survey stuff. I think the game's starting to lag a little bit. Okay. We don't need any more of this right now. So let's build one last rocket today. Let's see, where is my comms probe? Do I still have it? Look at that thing. Tiny probe, moonlight. I must not have saved it. Oh well. Oh yeah, the frames are going crazy. Alright. Save. We'll relaunch the game real fast. I can already see it's glitching out in here, so we're just gonna restart it so we can do one last rocket. When it's lagging in the VAB, it's time for a restart. Alright. Let's try that again. So, first we're gonna need communications. I'd love to have one of these. Although, that being said, these are just better, aren't they? Although comm stuff isn't even in yet. We're prepping for a mechanic that has not been implemented just yet. So I don't know why I'm so worried about it. Close enough, I think. Yeah, close enough that I won't notice that it's wrong. Batteries. Lots of them. And then we're also gonna need solar. Lots of them. Actually, what we might do, instead of 8, we might do 6. Like so. There we go. That way there's a little more room for them. They all can share. That's going to be our actual satellite. Small decoupler with a... Is it in payloads? Yeah, payloads have fairings. It's a fairing. Make it very pointy. Beautiful. Okay. So then we need to add our actual propulsion. This is going to be in orbit, so it's not going to need a ton. Yeah, loads of delta V with that. Now the hard part is going to be actually hitting Kerbal stationary with this thing. So we can use this for, like, up there maneuvering. The hard part's going to be getting up and then getting out and then circularizing as best we can. So we're going to need a nice, big, beefy launch to get us up into orbit and get us stretched out to our destination distance. Save that while we're here, because we need to go to... How far? We need to hit 2,863 kilometers. So we're going to need some power to get there. Okay, and then we're gonna do a double stack of smalls with a small sustainer. Probably overbuilding this, but oh well. Kill those. You are in atmosphere from 0, potentially. It's a lot of thrust to weight. That's a lot of delta V. And then this would start Atmos at about 20. With that, that's still more thrust to weight than we need, and good delta V. That might honestly be enough. The way we have that built, because it's such a light payload. Four nice big stabilizers for this giant lawn dart we've made. And then save the game. Okay. Let's see how it does. We'll put that over here. Actually, that's behind me, isn't it? Alright, we'll put that over there so y'all can see it. And we're off. Good amount of speed. the atmosphere. Ditch that section. Okay, there we go. We have an apoapsis at our destination height. Now we just need to get there and boost. Alright, more or less there. Face the maneuver node. We can adjust it from there. Not the coupling. I want the fairing. That's not how that's supposed to work, but oh well. Goodbye. And solar panels can come out. All right. We should be, yeah, we're on the thing, so warp to the maneuver. We're already at the thing, so we're just gonna start boosting. Apparently that's close enough for the game, so we're gonna take it. Which means we are now going to stage till it's just a probe and face radial in. I can't collect that. Alright. There we go. We now have a stationary-ish satellite. To the tracking station. Where is this? Oh, is that our fuel tank? Yeah, get that out of the sky. I'm not gonna use that anytime soon. It's not even in a good orbit. This thing, same thing. Get rid of it. Cool. Got rid of the clutter. Right, we have a Minmus comms link out there. We have a... That's what that is, isn't it? Yeah, Minmus comm links 1. Why is it listed as something else? Oh, because it's collapsed. Okay. Yeah, we got a comms link out there. We have the solar probe off doing its thing. It's barely even left from us. We now have a GPS one. And we have a basic comm satellite in a very close orbit. This one's way better. Also, it's got line of sight to the KSC. So I've covered the KSC. I've now been able to bounce transmissions to the far side of the planet from the KSC. That was good positioning. Oh, right, I made it go vertical. I forgot I did that. So yeah, now this one's got line of sight to the KSC forever. So it's just gonna hover just above the KSC. Mission control. We put our first stationary satellite up. Not that comms have been implemented yet, but we do have them. We're preparing for the future. But I think with that, putting our craft in orbit was a good place to wrap up for this week. So let me do this, if I can find, there we are, Space Center. We'll toss down a save. This last one was called 2, so we'll just call this one 3. I think I spent a stream doing aircraft testing, making special ones. But yeah, that is where we're going to wrap up for this week. I will definitely be doing more of this in the future because I do love this game. I'm taking it nice and slow in the hopes that they drop more updates and there's more exciting and interesting things to do in the future. Because the roadmap has a lot of very, very cool features pending. So I'm just kind of holding out that one day those will exist. But for today, that is going to be about all. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Bye!